we're all guilty of it, but like we don't want to admit to it. Maybe pretend and watch it all over again.
My dad once, I used to do this TV show called Chiriyaghar, so he used to say, "ये चिड़ियाघर में आता है." Why do I?
There was a body double for that. And वो खुद देख के बोला no Chinese में कि not Rodeo ran. Rodeo. So हाँ तो मेरा ऐसा हो गया कि now everybody
very good Mandarin, huh?
मैं तो
Guilty.
I think there's nobody who's not guilty of it.
guilty.
So what's the latest you've ever reached?
Maybe never reached. I think we're doing it constantly. So we are talking about now, right now.
Yeah, I did one.
Yeah, you're telling.
No international film. I won't name it. They casually asked, "You know how to swim?" I said, yeah, "Chinese, huh, by the way." So I've landed up in freaking Beijing, some outskirts somewhere, shooting, and suddenly there's a diving scene. Now in the actual waters, there was the shot had to be taken in like a set, but they had a 17-foot deep tanki that was made, and it was darkened because it's the sea water, so you can't see inside. So kapda laga diya hai, and I have to go pick up items and come back. So I was like, yeah, I'll do. But I saw it and I really got scared because there was a body double for that. And वो खुद देख के बोला no Chinese में कि not Rodeo ran.
Rodeo.
So हाँ तो मेरा ऐसा हो गया कि now everybody
Very good Mandarin, huh?
मैं तो so I had to jump. I said, my bravado, I said okay, and I've just done some sign language with the DOP saying, please, I can go down and do the shot. I can't come up. You get me up. So and it happened. And when I dived, of course, you can't see inside because it's not like goggles and all. I go in and I've just done the thing, and shot is, I think, actually done or something. I remember it was one shot, and I just did something with Yabra. I couldn't see where he is. So I just this, and I just remember being pulled up. And then 7 takes of that. But by the 7th take, I could actually come back up on my own.
Stunts
शो
obviously.
में ही हुआ था, उन्होंने बोला आपको ड्राइविंग आता है, मैंने कहा मेरे लर्निंग लाइसेंस है। ये मेरा अभी वो नहीं हुआ है पक्का। और तो उसके बाद मैंने सीखी गाड़ी चलानी, और मैं ऑलमोस्ट सीख भी गया हूँ। बट इन्होंने मुझे प्रीमियर पद्मनी दे दी जिसका गियर यहाँ से डलता है। ठीक है, ये तो मेरे सिलेबस में ही नहीं था। ये
We like to call it research.
Yeah, guilty. Absolutely.
No, you snap at them. So it's like, so.
Yeah, they have said embarrassing thing, then there's nothing that you can do about it.
My dad once, I used to do this TV show called Chiriyaghar, so he used to say, "ये चिड़ियाघर में आता है." Why do I? And like we are traveling in a cab. He suddenly, इसको आपने देखा है? He was like, why do you have to do it? Like, so yeah.
Yeah. Then
Yeah.
Not guilty.
it depends on what stage of life you're in.
I've done the shifting of like just slowly going
Yeah, I've also done that.
and watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time I go out with these two, they kind of always fight, who's going to pay the bill, and I stay.
This one is solid.
But Anusha is always one who gets in this situation where there are like 10 of us sitting. She's always one who's like calculating, who's always like, हिसाब किताब करके सब वो कर रही है।
Now there are apps also.
Apps तो बहुत बाद में।
But इस वक्त ऐसे उर्वत के दिन भी
Correct.
पैसा नहीं
कंगाल तो क्या करो?
So I had to like make excuses and all, and like get like, I remember crispy lamb at Leopold. Oh my god, I used to convince so many people कि यार let's just go यार, let's have something. हाँ ये order करो, this is very good.
I mean, you won't say it's bad, but you say that, listen, can be better, doesn't suit you so much. You can just couch it different.
I was from boys' school. I got terrible things. क्या है क्या?
Boys school में तो when you are younger, no, तो कोई filter एक brutal ही होता है ना कि क्या बना के आया तो कबूतर बन के आया।
There's a thing called cutting chappu, So if you shave your like yeah, so they used to hit you.
Yeah. वो गर्ल्स स्कूल में भी करते थे. अरे भाई.
एक मेरे दोस्त तो ऐसे हैं जो प्रमोट करेंगे कि लाइक तू करा ही ले. कि सही तो लग रहा है. मैं एकदम लाल डाल के आ जाऊंगा ना, वो ये बोलेंगे सही तो लग रहा है. वैसा वाला.
The game begins.
Guilty. Has anyone done that?
Yes. Great.
Oh my God. We're all guilty of it, but you know, like we don't want to admit to it. Maybe pretend and watch it all over again.
I had finished Task, and then Anusha, we've been wanting to watch Task, and I said कि हाँ देखते हैं. Then she said कि चलो एक देखते हैं. मैंने कहा हाँ, let's do. Watching it.
Yeah, right before this interview, I got a message from a friend that she wanted to watch just the first episode in the morning and then go to work. But she ended up watching all of them and she took a sick leave.
Not guilty because I need glasses.
Oh, saved. Not guilty.
No,
Not guilty.
Okay.
Nobody's going to admit it.
Yeah.
all of us are guilty. It's all collective guilt.
Not guilty.
अच्छा आपका तो ये खराब
With a relative, no.
इसलिए
नहीं मैं बोल देता हूँ.
If it's a relative, no.
Whatever perfume you
Yeah.
start loving, जाओगे next time, it's not there. Whatever lip color you like, it's not there.
नहीं हमेशा होता है. This is a
आपके साथ भी
complaint I
होता है.
have that the moment I start liking
something, it
something,
doesn't-
this
yeah.
नहीं अभी मिलता नहीं है, discontinue हो गया है. It's so mean.